So ayan, good afternoon sa inyong lahat sa ating mga online learners na umaantabay sa ating ito-line online tutorial ngayong hapon. Right. Ako si Tutor Ellie at narito na naman tayo sa ating panibagong online tutorial session sa ating English. Siyempre, kasama ko naman dito sa ating English 9 online tutorial ang ating tutor from SDO Batangas Province, si Tutor Jester. Pero ngayong hapon ako muna ang iyong mga kaantabay at ang mag-guide sa inyo tungkol sa ating magiging discussion for this afternoon. So, shout out tayo sa ating mga online learners at mga parents at ating mga stakeholders din at mga parents na nanonood sa ating online tutorial for this afternoon. Hello! Hi Lilian Ramos. Hello, good afternoon. Renz, Aaron Palaya, good afternoon din. Edgar, Justa Pilio, Janela, John Mark, Kyla, good afternoon sa inyong lahat sa ating mga online learners. And yan, before ako mag-start, gusto ko munang batiin ng ating, I just would like to greet our SDS, Schools Division Superintendent from SDO Camarines Sur, ang Regional Office ng DepEd Bicol at of course, ang ating DepEd Online, ang EdTech Unit at ang DepEd Central Office. Good afternoon sa inyong lahat at we will have another captivating learning session for this afternoon. Okay, so sana natatandaan nyo, no? For the last session, we were able to have our week 1 topic which is about modal verbs for expressing obligation. So, sana natatandaan nyo pa what these modal verbs for expressing obligation are, diba? So, if you could still remember, we had an assignment. Sana you were able still to remember what was assignment is. And for this afternoon, we will have another session which is about our week 2 is about modal verbs for asking permission. So we're done already with obligation. Now for this week, we will be delving into another kind of modal verbs which is about what are these words we use for asking permission. All right? Sige. Now, for this module, for this discussion, for our online tutorial, our module reference will be coming from DepEd Region 5 Bicol. So, kaway-kaway naman dyan sa ating mga online learners sa Region 5 Bicol at sa ating mga learners din sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa. Yon. So, good afternoon. Maraming nanonood ngayon sa ating Itulay session. Janica Garcia from Gutad National High School, Janela Sofia, Micaela Reyes from Gutad, also Lachelle Faeldogres, siguro mga classmates. So hello sa inyo lahat. Sahara Desert from Lambayong National High School, from SDO. Yan. Sige, sige, sige. Okay. Now, this is our topic for English 9, Quarter 1, Week 2. Modal verbs expressing formation. So, we try to recall our previous lesson. We have an introductory lesson about what are modals. And modals are actually verbs that give additional information about the verb that follows it. And we have discussed that we have three types. I mean, there are many, many types, but we will focus on three types of modals, which are the modals expressing obligation, and the modals expressing permission, which is our topic for today, and of course, for the next week, the modals expressing prohibition. Okay? And we have studied about, these are the words or the modals that we use for expressing obligation from last week. We have must, we have to, we have should, and we have ought to. So there are four, ha? You have to always remember that. And for assignment, this is our additional activity from last meeting. Okay. Angelica Gabriel from Lalo National High School submitted to me, syempre gumawa siya ng assignment and she submitted to me her outputs about she was able to write sentences, okay, from our assignment last week. Sabi niya, last year was a rough year for all of us for we had to. So gumamit siya ng modals of obligations such as had to adjust to this new normal. Tama naman. We had a lot of problems, especially in school, blended learning. I must say it was hard. And but this year I want to do better and have better achievements. I have two important goals that I must achieve. So yun, from our last assignment, what we had to do was we had to create our plans for this academic year, and we have to use modals of obligation. I ought to improve myself, my skills. The other one is to help my classmates. So, tama naman yun. Thank you. In order to achieve these goals, I have to study well, have to. I ought to manage my time too so that I could share my knowledge to my classmates. I believe that teaching them will benefit me because it will help understand my lessons more. It's like hitting two birds with one stone. That's correct. Okay? While working and achieving my goals, I should have enough rest. All of us should. How can we do our best if we're sleepy and tired? Tama naman. So, resting is a must for all of us. Of course, my dear children, my dear learners, we should not always focus on study, but also we should always focus also on our mental health, and we have to rest. We have to spend some time for ourselves also. Okay, don't forget that. In this time of pandemic, we must help each other to achieve our goals together. Treat people with kindness, everybody. Yon. Thank you, Angelica Gabriel. So, tama naman yung sabi niyo, no? We have to treat people with kindness. Okay. Thank you, Angelica Gabriel, for this output, wonderful output of yours. So, abangan nyo yung activities natin, yung assignment natin later this session, ha? And for the next week to come, we will try to show your outputs here in our DepEd Italy English 9 tutorial. Okay? Now, for this quarter 1, week 2, these are our goals. So, Tutor Ellie, ano nga ba yung mga goals natin for this afternoon? First one is, we have to identify the modals of permission in sentences. So, keep out for our activity for that objective. The second one is, Tutor Ellie, we have to use modals of permission in expressing meaningful utterances. That's right. And the last one is, write a paragraph using modals of permission. All right. So these are the three objectives that we have, to think over, and that these are the things that we have to accomplish at the end of the session. Okay. So abangan ko yung mga answers nyo sa ating comment box, ha. Hello, Janelle Anturla, Rosa Narciso, Abe Casuyon Sultran, Ani Nosete, parang maraming nanonood sa atin from Gutad National High School. Whoever your teacher dyan, thank you very much, ma'am, sir, for letting your students attend our English 9 tutorial session for this afternoon. Okay? Now, this is our first activity, alright? This is our pre-test activity. And my dear online learners, abangan nyo to, ha. This is what you will do. We have to read the dialogue carefully and write the missing word in each sentence based on the flow of conversation. Again, you have to write the missing word in each sentence based on the flow of conversation. So, yan. One, blank. I take this chair. Yes, you can. Ano kaya yung word na yon for number one? Sige, let's try to wait for some couple of answers here. Okay. O Tracy Solamo, Maria Nicole Andabu, what do you think is the answer for this? Okay. May I take this chair? Yes, you can. Can I take this chair? Yes, you can. Sige, we'll see. Ano kayong sagot dito? Okay. Later, the answers will be flash. For now, let's try to get some answers from the comment box. Sabi again, ni Angelica Gabriel, hello Angelica, can daw. Can is the answer. Can I take this chair? Yes, you can. Okay. Let's see. How about number 2? Can my friend stay for dinner tonight? No, he blank. What do you think is the answer? Can my friend stay for dinner tonight? No, he blank. Okay? Rejected. Okay? The intention is the old man rejected the request, the permission, the request of the boy. Okay? Sabi nila, no, he can't. Sige. Sabi ni Venice, ni Darlene, ni Makiela, ni FG, ni Jamie, it's can't. Okay? Let's see. Mamaya. Okay? Number 3, blank. She take the exam next month and not next week. I'm afraid she can. What do you think is the answer for that? Blank, she take the exam next month and not next week. I'm afraid she can. What do you think is the answer? Okay. What do you think is the answer for that? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Tracy said it's Ken. Can she take the exam next month? We'll see. All right. Number four. May I leave the room now? And the man said, sure, you blank. What do you think is the answer? May I leave the room now? Sure, you blank. Okay, let's see. Now for number five, blank, I bring my phone to class. That's a question mark pala. Blank, I bring my phone to class. And the man says, sorry, you may not. Again, blank, I bring my phone to class. And the man said, sorry, you may not. It's rejection. What do you think is the missing word in the sentences? For number five. Okay. Okay. Some of you answered for number five, may. Okay. Some answered can. Okay. Edgar Casimiro said, number five, Tutor Ellie, it's can. Can I bring my phone to class? We'll see later the answer. So for now, this is our pre-test activity. We'll try to answer that later after our session. Alright? So for task 2, the direction is we will again find things about Ryan and Diana. If you were able to watch our session last week, same people, same characters are found here. It's all about Ryan and Diana. But for this week, what else could we find or what else could we do about the story of Ryan and Diana? So we will try to answer these questions. All right. So this is Ryan and this is Diana. So imagine my online learners. Imagine Angelica, imagine Venice, imagine Mark, Graymar, Jillian, Abby, FG, Jennifer. Imagine that you are either Ryan or Diana. Tracy, okay, Diana. Imagine you are either Ryan or Diana, and each week you always write what do you want to do or achieve. Okay, you always write what you want to do or achieve. Let's see. Okay, and these are the things that they want to achieve weekly. So they have this, dear online learners, they have this weekly plan. So they have three. So you have to remember these three. One, go to the beach with my best friend. So they want to go to the beach with their best friend. Two, they want to borrow their mama's computer to watch the Itolay English 9 session. Number three, they want to tell Papa to buy them a new bike. So that's it. So these are the weekly plans of Ryan and Diana. What do you think about these weekly plans? Do you have the same weekly plans? Do you also do this? Now, question is, so these are the parents of Ryan and Diana. Okay. Now, given these weekly plans of Ryan and Diana, how would you ask permission from your mama and papa to achieve your weekly plans? Okay? Imagine that you are Ryan and Diana and these are your weekly plans. How would you ask permission? Especially if kausap nyo yung parents nyo, kausap nyo yung mama nyo, kausap nyo yung papa nyo. How would you ask permission in complete sentence English? Okay? Using English, right? English. How would you ask permission kaya? Let's see from the comments. How would you ask permission if these are your goals for this week? You would like to ask permission. Okay? Paano kaya to? How would you ask permission, my dear online learners, if these are your goals or these are the things that you want to do? Yan. Tracy Sasolamo said, Mama, may I borrow your computer so I can watch the English session? Tama. That's right. That's a good example. Thank you, Tracy. Micaela C. Reyes, Mom, Dad, can I go to the beach with my best friend? That's right. And from Jamaica, Shane Manabat, Mom, Dad, can I go to the beach with my best friend? Same. You have the same answer with FG. Angelica Gabriel, Ma, can I go to the beach with my friends? Tracy Salamo, Papa, can you please buy me a new bike? That's nice. Yeah. I'm so happy with your answers. I swear. I'm so happy. Okay. You are very attentive of our task for this afternoon. So, yeah. Thank you very much for your answers. Let's see. Okay. May pahabol. Chelsea Jill M. Kapati. Dad, shall no? Dad, can you buy me a new bike? Yes. Especially now, we like to, to ride the bike, for fitness, for exercise. And Papa, can you buy me a new bike, please? Yan. That's right. All right. Now, Jamaica, Angelica Gabriel, Tracy, Chelsea, you use the words can, walang gumamit ng could, but also some of you use the word may. Now, these three words are another form of modals. Okay? These are another example of modals. And if we try to remember what modals are, again, these are verbs or helping verbs that give additional information about the verb that follows it. And same formula tayo from last session, no? Modals plus the root form of the verb. So for example, this one, you go home now. In Filipino, umalis ka na ngayon. But if we try to add another word which is a modal before the verb use, which is go, you may go home now. It's like it's more polite, 'di ba? To ask, I mean to say something like this. You may go home now. In Filipino, pwede ka na bang umuwi ngayon? Okay, pwede ka na umuwi ngayon. So, yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Instead of saying, umuwi ka na ngayon, di ba, it sounds more polite. Now, therefore, modals, when we use modals, again, it changes the meaning. Okay, so these are only some refresher concept from our last session. Okay, and again, there are many types of modals, and we will be discussing about three types of modals, and for this afternoon, eto yun. Those may, can, and could are examples of modals of permission. So, Tutor Ellie, what are these modals or modal verbs expressing permission? Okay. Okay. These modal verbs expressing permission rather, they are used to politely ask for permission, make a request, and offer help to someone. Again, these are used to politely ask for permission when you want to make a request and offer help to someone. So these are the three basic function of the modal verbs expressing permission. And again, these are the three modal verbs used: can, could, may. Now, Tutor Ellie, what's the difference between the three modals here? Okay, so these are key differences. Okay? So, can, could, may be used interchangeably, diba? Usual, in the Filipino context in English subjects, or when you're conversing with your teacher in English, when you want to ask for permission to go out, we usually interchange these three words. But however, there are differences. There are basic differences of these three. Okay? Can is actually, diba, when we want to say to our teacher na, Ma'am, can I go out? Hindi pala yun okay. It's not okay to use at all times. Can I go out? But it's the most used right now. But it's the least formal. Very informal ang paggamit ng can. And ginagamit lang natin to sa mga friends natin at those people who are close to us. Okay? Okay. So we can use can when we are speaking to our teacher, to our elders, or to someone who's older than us, or our head when we are already working. Okay? So can is the least formal, the most informal way of asking permission or requesting someone. Okay? Tandaan nyo yun ha. Can is the most informal or the least formal. Could and may could be used interchangeably because these are both words that when used are more polite. Okay? More polite. Okay? Could is a little more polite, but may is the most more polite and formal. So, if could and may are both used to, to speak in the context when we are speaking to our boss, to our strangers, or to elders, while may naman is, somewhat kind of old-fashioned, but these are not used very much kasi it's kind of old already. Now, let's try to answer it. Question: can I have some cookies? When especially when you're talking to a friend or you someone you're close with, it's okay to use can. because that's very informal. The answer is no, you can't have some cookies. Okay? Could he borrow your pen for a minute, please? Could you have borrowed? Probably he was, someone, yeah, that person is talking to, a boss, a stranger, or, someone who's older than him or her. Okay? Yes, he could borrow my pen. That's the right thing to, the right words to answer. Now, for me, may we use your bathroom? Of course, you may use the bathroom. So, yeah, so those are the key differences of these three words. They are all used in asking permission or requesting for something, but there is a difference when it comes to nature or context, depending on who we are talking with rather. Okay? So, eto madali na lang to ha. I just sum it right now. Okay. So, can is actually more of an ability. Hindi natin to usual na dapat gamitin. Kasi, can in Filipino, sounds like this. Kaya ba? It's more of an ability. Kaya ba? So, kapag nasa klase pala kayo, Angelica, Dayan, Tracy, and Jamaica, and the others, kapag nasa klase pala kayo, pag sinabi nyo sa teacher nyo na, Sir, ma'am, can I go out of the room? Ang Tagalog yun is, Ma'am, kaya ba namin lumabas ng room? 'Di ba? Ngayon tanungin ko kayo, Angelica, Chelsea, kapag can ang ginamit nyo, kaya nyo bang lumabas ng room? What's the answer? My dear online learners, what do you think is the answer? Kapag tinanong ko kayo, when I ask you this question, kaya nyo bang lumabas ng room? Imagine we are having a face-to-face classes. Kaya nyo bang lumabas ng room? Can you go out of the room? What do you think is the answer? Let's see. Oh, kaya. Kayang-kaya. Opo, yes. However, yes, you can because you have 2 feet. Yun ang sagot ng teacher niya. Tutor Ellie, can I go out of the room? Ang sagot naman ni Tutor Ellie, syempre, yes, kaya mo dahil may dalawa kang paa. Can is used for an ability. Okay? So, kaya mong lumabas dahil may paa ka. Okay? So, hindi pala maayos. Can is not used in this context. Okay? It's more of an ability. You're not really asking for permission. You're just asking if kaya mo na gawin tong bagay na to. So, see the difference, no? Pero kapag ginamit natin could is more polite. The Filipino translation for this is pwede ba? Okay. Tutor Ellie, pwede ba akong lumabas ng room? Ng kwarto? Sagot ni Tutor Ellie, yes you could. Pwede ka na mag-CR or pwede ka na pumunta ng kantin. 'Di ba? Ganon. Ganon. So, imagine ang the difference. Pag Ken, Shooter Ellie, can I go out of the room? Hindi pwede, kaya mong lumabas pero hindi kita papahintulutan na lumabas. See? Tama. Angelica, do you got it? Thank you. Na. Could I go out of the room? Yes, you could. Now, pag may naman, it's most polite. In Filipino, may po. Pwede po ba? Kasi, di ba in Filipino, in the Philippines, we usually use the word po or opo. It's more polite kasi. So, may I go out of the room? Pwede po ba ako, Tutor Ellie, lumabas ng kwarto? So, it's most polite. 'Di ba? It's the most polite way of asking permission, of requesting something. Sure, take your time, 'di ba? It's mas respectable, mas okay siya. Okay? So yun lang naman yung difference ng tatlo. Yes, yes you may. Yeah, tama si Tracy. Okay? So, yan. At ito yung mga forms ng can, ng could, at may. So, if I told you to identify the modals in the sentences, alam nyo na kung ano yung mga itsura or spelling ng modals. Ang can, pwedeng maging cannot, or can. Pare-pareho lang to ha. Could not, couldn't. May not. Okay? Yung may mga contractions, like yung word na can't and couldn't, these are only used during informal conversation. And for academic writing, hindi tayo nagsusulat ng can't at couldn't. Dapat ito ay cannot at could not. Dapat complete words at spelled. ang words natin. Example, same question tayo. Okay? Malinaw ba? Is it clear? Alright. So medyo, yan, we're having some problems. Is it clear? Ooh, Ma'am Hustapilo, I'm a grade 3. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for um, being with me. A teacher in grade 3. Thank you, ma'am. Alright? Yeah, crystal clear. Napakalinaw naman, no, ng Ken. Good at May. Alright? So, yan. Task number 4 tayo. Find that modal. Hanapin nyo yung modal sa sentence, ha. Dapat mabilis. You should answer in the comment box fast. Ewan ko, nabubulol ako. Anyway, number 1. Can I go to Chona's house after dinner? Sagot! Sagot agad, my dear online learners. Can I go to Chona's house after dinner? What's the answer? What is the modal here? The answer is can. Tama. Tama, Miko Castro. Thank you. Next one. I cannot let you use my phone for you to call your mother. I cannot let you use my phone for you to call your mother. The answer is, what's the modal in number 2? What's the modal for number 2? The answer is cannot or can. Yes, cannot. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Rian. Number 3. The meeting is over. You may go. What is the answer? The answer is May. Nasagot ka na. Number 4. Could we borrow your bag for the trip tomorrow? Could we borrow your bag for the trip tomorrow? The answer is good. Thank you. Galing-galing naman. Number 5. I am sorry to say this but you could not go to the party because it's pandemic. I am sorry to say this but you could not go to the party because it's pandemic. What do you think is the modal here? Okay, let's. Okay, the answer is Jamaica is correct. Darl, Jamaica is correct. Rian is correct. It should be could not. Lumen, thank you. Congratulations. Tama. Excellent. Edita, Estrelita, the answer is could not. Okay? Diba? These are the other forms of could. So, lagi niyong sasali yung not. Okay? Now, okay? Excellent. Okay? Ang galing-galing naman ng mga learners natin for this afternoon. Now, another activity tayo ngayon. Direction is using the appropriate modal, write a sentence on how you are going to give permission based on the given situation. Paano kayo magbibigay ng permission? Halimbawa, tinanong kayo ng ganito. Your friend needs to call her mother for an emergency but she runs out of load. Anong sasagutin nyo doon? What would be your answer using modal of expressing permission? Modals expressing permission. Okay. Your friend needs to call her mother for an emergency but she runs out of load. Okay. What do you think is the, let's example. You could use my phone to call your mother. Example, this is the situation. And your answer could be, eto pwede mo na gamitin tong phone ko para gamitin na mo pantawag kay mama mo or kay nanay mo. Yun. So, I'll be giving a situation and you are going to give permission to the based on the situation. Okay, malinaw ba? You could use my phone to call your mother. Okay? Next tayo. Alright, number 1, your brother needs permission to use your laptop. Your brother, paano nyo kaya to sasabihin sa brother nyo kapag, if your brother asks you if he could borrow your laptop, how would you say this? How would you permit your brother if he wanted to borrow your laptop? Okay, okay kuya, you could use my laptop. Di ba ganun lang naman kadali? It's so easy. Okay kuya, you could use my laptop. Alright, here you can use my phone. Sabi ni Venice Tulamanyoza, yeah, here you could use my phone. Tracy Solamo said, you can use my laptop, bro. Is that how you call your kuya or your brother? Ako kasi kuya talaga. Okay, you can use my phone to call. Yes, you could use my laptop. Bro, could I borrow your laptop? Next. Number two, nawala na yung number three. Okay, next. You are the teacher and you need to formally dismiss your call in Google Meet. Okay? So imagine you are the teacher and you need to formally dismiss uh, your students in Google Meet. Imagine you are the teacher. All right, class, you may now leave the meeting. How about you, students, my dear learners? How would you dismiss your class if you are the teacher? I will wait for your answer. Okay. Sige. You are the teacher and you need to formally dismiss your call in Google Meet. Goodbye, class. You may now go. Have an awesome rest of the day. Thank you, Clark Marvin Adolor. That's right. Magkaalas si Reyes said, all right, class, you may now leave the meeting. All right, you got it. Next. An old woman need to cross the road. She needs help. Okay. A probable one possible answer could be, hello, I could or may help you cross the road, 'di ba? Especially if you encountered some old man or woman crossing the road, try to give them try to help them, okay, by to try to help them cross the road, okay? Next one, it's your first time to ride a roller coaster. Your father gave you a ticket and asked if you want to. So how would you respond to the situation? My dear English 9 learners, how would you respond to this situation? Okay? One answer could be, I am sorry but I can't ride the coaster. I am scared. So that's one possible answer. When it comes to this activity, there are many possible answers naman. So that's right. Okay? Okay. Now, for our next activity called Help, 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 using the appropriate modal, write a sentence on how you are going to ask permission. Dito naman, you are going to ask permission to offer help based on the given situation. Your mother is too busy preparing dinner. She probably needs help. How would you ask permission from to your mother? This is an example. I'll give you an example. Could or may I help you prepare dinner, mom? Diba? If you want to help your mother or your father, could I help you prepare dinner, mom? Special. We use could or may because it's more polite, diba? Instead of saying can, because can is an ability. It shows or the your intention is if the question is if you could do this or you can do that action. Could or may is used to must most formally used in asking for permission. So, could I help you prepare dinner, mom? May I help you, mama? Graymar said, may I help you, mama? Micaela said, mom, may I help you to prepare our dinner? Diba? It sounds so respectful, right? Darlene said, no. Clark Malvin Nadalor. Medyo Miss Minchin vibe po. Okay. Oh. Can I help you, mom? Can is not actually used here because you're talking to your mom. So it's more polite to use could or may. Okay? Next one. Okay, this is number one. Okay. Your little brother needs help to fix her broken toy. How would you help your little brother? Or let's say bunso in the Filipino context. How would you offer your help to your little brother who needs help to fix her his broken toy? I'm sorry. Your little brother needs help to fix his broken toy. How would you help your little brother to fix his broken toy? Could I fix it for you, Bunso? Ay, napakabait naman ni Jamaica Shane Manabat. Could I fix it for you, Bunso? Buti hindi mo binubuli yung bunso mo. Napakabait naman. Could I fix it for you, Bunso? Tama. Tama. Okay. Can I fix your toy? Na nakalagay dito. Can I fix your toy? Alright. Next. You see your teacher carrying a lot of stuff and you want to politely, ayan, the word is politely, offer assistance. You want to help your teacher politely. What do you think is the proper modals expressing permission or the proper modal that we should use? You want to politely offer assistance. Okay, sabi niya Jamaica, she is the bunso daw, the youngest member of the family. Okay, I can. How about number two? You see your teacher carrying a lot of stuff and you want to politely offer assistance. May I help you, ma'am? I can bring it for you. Now, how nice, Jamaica. Ma'am, sir, may I assist you to carry your stuff? That could be one answer. All right. Angelica, may I help you carry those? May I help you to carry those stuff, ma'am? Could I help you, ma'am? That could be a good answer too. Okay. The last one, you want to politely approach a stranger who seems to be looking for something in your place. May hinahanap siya. So how would you offer your help to, a stranger politely? How would you help this stranger who is having a hard time looking for something in your place? Okay. An answer could be, may I help you for what you're looking for? 'Di ba? Napakabait and very polite. May I help you? Yeah, as easy as. Tama naman. Clark, Malvin Adolor, and Tracy Solamo. That could be an answer. Hi, may I help you? Special stranger. Darlene May Kilon. Excuse me po, may I help you? Pwede naman in the Filipino context that's polite still. Excuse me po, may I help you? Okay. Hello po, are you looking for something? Could I help you? Ano talaga 'no, Filipinos and Filipinas are very fond of using po. In general kasi Filipinos are very polite. We use po at opo at all times. Kahit na English, we tend to speak in, English and Tagalog. We mixed it all together. Yun, that's right. Sir, may I help you? May I help you looking for something? That's right. Yan. So alam ko naman this is very easy for you. So for all of you, you made an excellent job. Okay, you were able to answer our activities quite well. You are excellent. And yon. Now, for this last activity of us, very clear naman no, you were not able to submit your answer sheets in English 9 to your teacher. Especially right now, it's pandemic, and sometimes it's really hard to go to your school or to fetch your module or to give your answer sheets, especially your parents are the one who go to your classrooms or to your teachers. But this time, in this situation, you were not able to submit your answer sheets in English 9. Compose a chat to your teacher asking him or her to give you another chance. And you have to follow this format. Greeting plus request plus reason. Okay. Hello, Prince Ivan Sagawinet from Etchague West District, Doña Magdalena H. Gafford High School. Okay. Ivan B. Sagawin 9 Scorpio. Hello. Yan. Marami para sa ating nakikinig pa rin after this point of time. Yan. Thank you very much sa pagtutok pa rin at this point of time. I really, really appreciate it. At sabay-sabay tayong natututo right now. Okay? Okay, you were not, eto yung gagawin, you have to compose a chat ha. My dear learners, compose a chat. Na you have to ask your teacher if pwede pa bang mag-submit ng answer sheet kahit late na. Okay? So, imagine nyo, I am your teacher, Tutor Ellie, I'm your teacher in English 9. This is an example, following greeting plus request plus reason. You have to greet the teacher first. Hindi pwedeng, by the way, my dear learners, it's not always good to just chat your teachers any time of the day or any time of the night because they are human too. They are humans too. They have many things. They are doing a lot of things also for themselves, for their family. So it's not always good to chat them at all times. But when it comes to this, when you specially chat to your teacher, you should always greet them hello, hi, and so on. All right? You have to be more polite. Example is this one. Hi, Tutor Ellie. I am very sorry that Mama was not able to submit my answer sheets to you. We didn't have money for the fare. And may I still submit this by Monday? Thank you very much and stay safe always. So that's how you answer. That's you how that's how you chat your teachers or whoever you are speaking with uh, in messenger or in chat. You have to be more polite. Sige nga, it's your turn to at least create 3 sentences siguro on how you will chat your teacher if you want to submit your late outputs in English 9. Sian Sheng, good day ma'am. Could I ask for another chance to submit my answer sheets in English 9? I feel sorry for submitting it late due to emergency at home. Yep. Hashtag Tutor Bay. Yeah, Tutor Ellie. That's my nickname. Tutor Bay. I am Tutor Bay. Okay. Greetings, ma'am. Could you give me 3 day extension to finish and submit my answer sheet? That's the answer is from Angelica. I couldn't submit my answer sheets uh on time for I was helping my sister answer their modules. How nice of you, Angelica, for helping your sister in doing her modules. Clark Marvina Dolor. Good morning, Tutor Ellie Belyesa. I hope this chat finds you well. Yeah, I found it well. I sincerely apologize for not being able to submit my module on time. My mother had COVID and I had to take her over. How? Is it true that your mother had COVID? How I wish no. It's not true. It's only an example, right, Clark? It's only an example. But class, there are a lot of people and parents and students who are having COVID right now. So, as teachers, we are more patient. We are clearly considering if sometimes you could not submit your modules or your answer sheets on time, even online, because we have a lot of problems, especially now in this pandemic. And thank you very much for your responses. Yeah, charot lang po. Clark Marvin, still thank you. Angelica, Tracy, thank you. As what I've said, teachers are very patient, more patient. And if your students are having a hard time when it comes to submitting your outputs, we are very much still considering this, And may we always be kind and patient to our we are always being kind and patient. Okay? You have to be always kind and patient because we never know what other people are having right now. Okay? Life's hard right now. These are one of the toughest times we had. Okay? And yun. So for the free test activity, what's the answer for this one? Blank, I take this share. What the answer? What's the answer? The answer is can. Yes, you can. Okay? Number two, can my friend stay for dinner tonight? No, he. The answer is Shan Sheng. Gio, what's the answer? The answer is no, he cannot. No, that's actually cannot. Cannot. Okay? My mistake, may apologize. Okay? Number three, blank, she take the exam next month and not next week. Yeah, tama Marcus, it's can. I'm afraid she can. The answer is can. Can she take the exam next month? Okay, number four, may I leave the room now? Sure. What's number four, my dear learners? The number four is you may. That's right. That's right. Now for number five, blank, I bring my phone to class. What do you think is the answer? Sorry, you may not. The answer is may. All right. So yeah, we're able to finish our session for this afternoon. You were able to answer our pre-test activity, right? Tama kayo, and you were so engaged and very enthusiastic in answering some of our activities. And yun, again, you are all, as always, sabi ni Tutor Bay, you are always excellent. Okay? So, in wrapping up, so these are the modal verbs in expressing permission. We have can, could, and may. And again, there are three. These are used to politely ask for permission, make a request, and offer help to someone. Again, can is barely used. Can is rarely used. Okay, because this is an ability. So as much as possible, my dear students, my dear learners, always use could or may because these are the more polite versions of modal verbs for expressing permission. Okay? And to sum up, we use different modals depending on our intent. intention. When we want to ask for permission, very politely, we use other modals. And number two, modal verbs expressing permission are used depending on the context. So we use can, could, and may depending on who we are talking with. Depende sa kausap natin. Kung friend ba yan, close yan. Kung friend naman yan, very informal, use can. Pero pag formal, teachers, elders, boss, stranger, we use could or may. And modals when used provide different meanings. Same with the other kind of modals. Okay? So, were we able to to check on these objectives of these goals for this afternoon? Were we able to identify the models of permission in sentences? Nagawa ba natin to yung number one, identify models of permission in sentences? Siyempre, tama, nagawa natin to. Check. Okay? Check na check yan kay Tutor Bay. How about use modals of permission? Were you able to answer on the comment box on different sentences while using modals of permission? Check, 'di ba? Gumamit tayo ng may, could, can sa ating responses. And were we able to write a paragraph? Yung chat natin, nakapag chat ba tayo kay Tutor Ellie? Siyempre naman, napaka-active nyo kaya kanina. Okay? So yan, we were able to answer this yes. Okay. And for now, this is our assignment. Ayan ha, assignment natin to. Okay. This is our assignment for this afternoon. And I will pick an output that I will be showing by not by next Tuesday. So you have to be reminded of it. Paki-screenshot nyo to. And so that malay nyo, kayo yung magiging output. I'll show your output and your picture by next week sa ating Itulay English 9 learning session. Okay? So imagine, from our task a while ago, so we tried to answer, we tried to chat our teacher, chat our teacher because we were not able to submit our outputs on time. Now, for this assignment, for this additional activity, imagine you are the teacher. How would you reply to this? You have to use modals expressing permission. Do you get it? Imagine you are the teacher. How would you reply to this response of mine? Imagine you are Tutor Ellie or you are a teacher. How would you reply to this? Hi, Tutor Ellie. I am very sorry that Mama was not able to submit my answer sheets to you. We didn't have money for the fair. Wala kaming pera. May I still submit this by Monday? Thank you very much and stay safe always. How would you respond to this? Yan, paki-screenshot yan, my dear online learners. And paano to ipapasa? How will you submit this to Tutor Ellie? Okay. Now, post your outputs online using all hashtags below. If you comment or you post sa inyong Facebook page, ito yung gamitin nyo. Or Facebook profiles or newsfeed, gamitin nyo yung hashtag Itulay, hashtag English9, hashtag Tutor Ellie, hashtag Tutor Jester, and hashtag Tutor Bay. Or, yes, I'm hoping, Darlene Maykilon, that you will be a teacher in the future soon. So you have to study well, ha? Or now, I'm challenging you, Darlene, that you have to chat me directly through this social media platform. So hanapin nyo ako sa Facebook or Messenger. The name is Ellie Belleza, E-L-I space B-E-L-L-E-Z-A. Ellie Belleza, your tutor bay for English 9. Or in Instagram, you can DM me at It's Ellieboy. It's that Ellieboy with the 4 O's. Okay, so dito nyo i-chat. I-PM nyo ako kung paano nyo ako i-chat. Okay, how would you respond? Imagine you are the teacher, ha? I will wait for that. Okay? Now, kumusta naman ako? Okay? So I'm asking you, my dear students, my dear online learners, if you may sign or fill out the form here. Kumusta naman ako bilang tutor ba niyo, yung tutor niyo sa English 9? Kumusta naman ako mag-tutor? Naintindihan niyo ba? So yun, screenshot niyo to or balikan niyo to. Scan niyo yung QR code na to, tapos I'll read your comments about me. Yun, I will read your comments about